Hello everyone, I welcome you once again to today's video. My name is John Sekajgo. I'm the facilitator for this course, GIS and Remote Sensing, and I'm a lecturer in the Faculty of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Mountains of the Moon University. In today's video, we are going to learn and demonstrate how we can create outputs or map outputs from our different GIS analysis. It's as good as nothing, because the purpose of you doing all these map operations, all these analysis in the GIS is to be able to include your outputs into your reports, into your presentations, so that they are able to help you better explain or better communicate whatever you're communicating to your stakeholders, or better present your results in a report. For example, if you have a research report and you need to put a map in your research report, it's nothing if you create a map in a GIS environment and you are able to transfer this map into your report or into your thesis or into your assignment. So today we are going to learn, and I'm going to show you or demonstrate how you can be able to create a map output and transfer it from the GIS environment, from the GIS software, and in this case Quantum GIS, to your report or to Microsoft Word. And what we are going to do, or we are going to use the two layers, that is to say the hillshade map and the UGIDEM map that we created in our previous videos. If you didn't attend or if you didn't see the previous video, please, I encourage you to look for it and watch it. So again, when you have opened your GIS software like this one that is open now, you add your either digital terrain model map, or digital elevation model map, like the one I'm going to activate it because it's already imported in the GIS environment. And of course, this one is already, if you remember from the previous video, we had already adjusted its symbology. But if you have not, adjusted it, we can first, through properties, take it back to single band gray instead of single band solo, single band gray, so that it looks the way it would come in its original format. If you were to import it for the first time into your GIS environment, it will be displayed like that in a gray format. And the other thing will be now to generate a hillshade from this digital terrain modeling, terrain model, or this digital elevation model map. We also did it in our previous video, but for purposes of those who are attending this particular or who are viewing this particular video, we shall repeat it just for you. So you highlight the digital elevation model map, and then from raster, you go to analysis, and then hillshade. So when you click on hillshade, it will be able to run and then give you a hillshade map. Okay, so like that one, you have now a hillshade map like the previous one. So now when you have remember we have our UGIDEM, now we have also the hillshade layer, which is this one, that is able to give you a 3D view. So the other thing from the previous video, what we said is that we can improve the looks of this map by changing the symbology of our UGIDEM to single band pseudo color, and then adjusting the transparency of the hillshade map on top to 50% or relatively 50 to 55%, so that we are able to make it a bit transparent and be able to see through the digital elevation model map. So before we do that, is we first go to digital elevation model, our digital elevation model, highlight it, and then go to its properties, as we said, and change its symbology from single band gray to single band pseudo color. Okay. Now, when you click on single band pseudo color, we can of course select different color ramps, but like here I said, we are going to select the turbo color ramp, and then we click on apply or OK. Okay. Now our digital elevation model is in a single band pseudo color. For example, if I deactivate this, it is like this. You see, this is in a single band pseudo color, and as you can see, it's beautiful. Now, if we activate again our hillshade, you see, we cannot see our single band pseudo color map behind it, because now the transparency of this hillshade is still 100%. So we are going to change its transparency from 100% to around 50-55%, so that we are able to see through the digital elevation model map. How we do that? We shall go to our hillshade map layer, highlight it, and then right click it, go to properties as we said, and under properties we click on transparency, and then adjust. You see from here top, adjust the transparency to about 50%, not necessarily exactly, I'll leave it at 51, and then we click OK. So when we click OK, you see it's adjusted, and we are able now to see the digital elevation model behind it. You see we have both the hillshade, which is the 3D view map, and we are able also to see the colors, the digital elevation model behind it, you see. So we are able to view them together, and as you can see, it looks quite good. So we have now this kind of output, assuming we want now to transfer this into Microsoft Word, we can be able to do that. And before we do that, we are going to now adjust or categorize or classify our digital elevation model map into different, because remember this is showing elevation, into different classes. And we can classify that into different classes through properties. And under symbology, you see here there are different classes, but we can even change these classes or reduce them to some manageable classes, or we can decide to leave it. But if you want to edit it, you can always just click here and then adjust, okay? And then you can be able to change the numbers here and also be able to reduce the classes. For example, here now the classes are 255, but we don't want that. So to change the classes, instead of here continuous, and here instead of selecting continuous, we can say equal interval, and here we can adjust the intervals actually. And in these classes, I can just to 10 classes, and then you see it has now reduced them to 10 classes. And in that case, I can always change this, okay? And then if I say apply, so they have changed to 10 classes. And now we want to see how we can create an output map of this and be able to take it to Microsoft Word or to whatever report we are working with. So to do this, we do it using what we call the project or the layer manager, because these are layers and we want to manage it. So to do that, we shall go to project, and then you look for what we call layout manager. Layout manager, you see, under the layout manager, if you click on layout manager, it will ask you whether to create a new layout manager or to pick or edit an existing one. But since we don't have, we are going to create here a new output view. So create, and I will call it, you name it. It asks you to give it a name. I will call it MS Agro. It's time for agroecology, and say OK. So when you say OK, it will give you a window through which you can create your output map. And this window, you can change its size. For example, here it's 47, but I can increase it to 60, for instance, or you can make it 100. So here you have this layout window, this one, where you can create your map from. But on it you have also different icons, and if you move the cursor on each icon, it has its function. Here it is for select move item, if you want to move your map. Here it is also for move item content, the content within the map. But you have here add map, you have here add picture, add text, you have here for legend, you have here for scale, compass, and the like. And here you have properties. So if you right click also in the space, you have page properties. These page properties helps you to decide whether you want your view or your display to be in landscape, because remember what you see here is like a page. It's like now your book page, yeah, in Word. So it can see whether you want your display to be in portrait or to be in landscape. And as you can see here, the paper here format is A4, but you can change it if you want to say A2 or A1 map. And the landscape here, you can change it to portrait, but I will put it under landscape for my case. Okay, and this now we are going to bring to add our map here. You can only create a map here by adding a new map. And here, if you move a cursor to here, as I said here, see here, add map. So we are going to add a map here. How are we going to add a map? You see here, display window here, the layout window. but this is communicating to the other map that we have in our GIS environment. So you click on add map, and when you click on add map, you realize now you have a plus sign. This plus sign is to help you add the map, and you add it by clicking and holding from one corner, depending on your page. From one corner you click and hold, and then move the cursor. So when you move the cursor to the end, wherever you want to do, and you release, the map will be added. So if I release, you see the other map coming. So this map is added, and you can always move using the cursor through the page, and you can always adjust the map to fill the area of interest, you see. So you can adjust it so that the map is able to change, you see. Now you have added, but like in map drawing, the principles are that the map has to fit within the window very well. So you can always adjust the scale here, you see scale, so that the map fits. Okay, now instead of 2 million, I will change it to your page. The way it is here is the way to look in your map. So I will make it 0.2. Okay, so that now it is able to fit very well. So you see, this is now our map, which is here. The next thing now is to put the frame. And how do you put the frame? You can see if you move here under the page properties down, there you look for this, there's this frame. So you click it on, and then your map has a frame. As you know, a map has to have a legend. So the other thing is to put a legend. How do you do it? You can see here under the tools here, you have this legend. Even if you don't know where it is, just move the cursor on these icons. This is legend. And then if I select legend, you click and drag where you want to put your legend. If I click and drag, you see it is formed. Of course, you can remove the layers you are not interested in. For example, under here, instead of being auto update, you deactivate the auto update. You can remove the layers you don't want. For example, this one, if I highlight them and click on this minus, they go out. The hillshade down, I can also remove them. And then I remain with only this one. For example, this top, I can also remove it. So you have only this them, but the classification, if you see here, so you see the column is telling you it's done from 300 to 500, and you can rename this, okay? So if you click this pencil, you can rename it to maybe elevation. If I call it elevation, you see, and then I go back to this. So this elevation, you can, as you can see, and then you can be able to leave. So assuming you want to have this as your output, of course, if you want it to be also in frame, you can make it a frame, of course, for example, like that. The other thing is to put also the scale. I think this is the scale we want to work with, of course. You can also, of course, put it in a frame if you want, or you may not put it in a frame. And now you have, of course, the legend, you have now the frame. The other is to put the compass. So if you want to add the compass, also still with this icon here, there is this one, add north arrow. So you just click, and of course, drop it wherever you want to put it. Assuming I want to put it in this corner, I'll just click and drop. But also I can take it wherever I want to take it from here. And leave it here, but you can move it to wherever you want to put it. And once you are happy with your map output, assuming you're okay with this and you want to transfer this to Microsoft Word, you save it up here on the toolbar. There are different icons, but one of them is this, export as image. You can also export it as a PDF file, or you can also export it as a SVG file. Of course, the commonest is exporting it as an image or as a PDF file. So for this particular exercise, we are going to export it as an image. So if you want to save it, now take it to your Word, you just export your output as an image, and I will click on it, export. So it will ask you to select where you want to export it to. For me, I will take it to still in data where we're operating from, but if you are working, you can take it to wherever you want to take it. And here I will leave the name as MS Grow DM map, Of course, you can call it whatever name you want. So if you click on save and you see the format is a JPEG file, but you can change the format into TIFF, into BMP, you can change it into JPG, PNG format, depending on the format of interest, okay? For me, I will leave it as of course, a JPEG format, and then I click on save. So it has I want to save, I say save. So now the map has been saved into the folder, and if we go to that folder where I have saved the map, we shall be able to open this map. Let me just go there. We put it under data, and if we look for mgrow, the map is here, and if I open it, you will see it's a JPEG map. You see how the map looks like? So you have created your map output, and you can copy this map and paste it in your report. You can copy it and paste it in your Word document just by copying it. If I copy it from copy, and then you just look for whatever document or your report you are working on and paste it there. And just to give you an example, for example, I will just open this document, concept note, for example, and I can paste my map there. Assuming this is where I want to paste it, I click and paste it. So you have your map, and you can now caption it. You can put the title of the map, okay? So with that, you are able to create an output map in the GIS environment and transfer it to Microsoft Word or transfer it to the Word document as you like. So with that, you're able now to really make meaning and present your work the way you want. So that's how you can create a map output within your GIS environment and transfer it to the Word document or to your report as you want. So that brings us to the end of this video. I thank you very much, and again ask you to continue looking out for this video, using it as guides for you to be able to practice on your own, so that you are able to now become expertise or get enough skills to help you work on your own. Thank you very much.